So one of the things I think is interesting to talk about is women. And I don't want to make this another pickup or dating video. But for me, when I'm working on entrepreneurship, there's a lot of people, a lot of men, I think, who have the idea, and also women, to be honest. A lot of people have the idea that this journey is like we focus on ourselves and then we're going to make the most efficient progress. And in a way, I can kind of understand that frame. But I think if you are someone who values relationships and that's something important to you, then I think it can be good to shift your mindset on that, shift your perspective on that. Imagine that you were able to go about your journey the way you are doing right now, and you continue to do that for 10 years. Is that really the way you want to be going about it? Like, sure, you might be making like a lot of like progress in your business, but like, is that, do you want to be like alone for those 10 years? Right? Most of you, if you're still watching up to now, probably the answer is no. So maybe for me, like at least what I decided is that I'm not gonna do pickup right now. I'm not gonna do anything that's like dating right now, but I am trying to shift my perspective on like how the right woman can add value to my life. And what do I really value in people in general? And also what do I value in a woman? Like even in all of my years of cold approach, that's not something I really thought about. Might say, some of you probably say, well, that's kind of dumb of you. And I'll probably have to agree. But I still think like, it's not just me. There's a lot of people that have this perspective on partnership, relationships, and romance that is just a distraction. And I think that's not the right way to go about it. I think that's not the right perspective to have. And I'm not here to force a perspective on anyone, but that's just my feeling. Just my feeling. That's not the way to go about life. I value business. I value being able to develop yourself, personal development, even making an impact on the world are things that I value. But that doesn't mean that we have to go about it alone, right? If we can attract someone who actually like adds value to our life and is complementary to what we want, to our mission, and can support that. Someone who could actually not detract value from it, but like make it a more enjoyable journey, or even make it like more efficient in a way. But efficiency is still important. Like if you're someone who is like values performance, I think efficiency is going to be important. Like you're not going to want a partner that's going to drag you down. And you're probably going to, if you really want to think about it, you're probably going to want someone that actually supports your mission. I think that would be the best way. But also, sometimes I think we shouldn't think about that. Like, of course, like we don't want someone to detract from that. But sometimes it's just the fact that if having the right partner can make it more enjoyable, can add more passion to your life, then obviously that's a good thing, right? Because now you're not just doing your mission, but you're also more passionate about it and you're enjoying it more. And so I think a lot of people, especially in modern times, have like a very like perspective where people are just draining them and like partnerships, and it's like this effort. I think if you want to, you can shift your perspective on that and you can start attracting someone who might add like a lot of like enjoyment into your life and could actually support your mission as well. And that's what I'm trying to do a little bit. Like, I'm still focusing mostly on business, but as I'm going about it, I'm learning more about people. And I'm also thinking about what is like an ideal partner for me, right? Just even males, but also like women. Like, what is the right type of partner? What do I really value in a woman? And not just sexually, but also like in my life, in the things that I want to do. And so I think it's not something that you need to figure out right away. I think there's like time you can take to think about that and what's like important, and just develop yourself in that way, right? I don't think you should take 5 or 10 years to do that. But obviously you might not feel like you want to jump into it. Like, I personally don't. But if you can just think about that now and then while you are doing your mission, then you're also going to become a man who has preferences for women and knows more what he wants and more what he values in a woman. And then I'm convinced that's going to lead to being able to make better decisions, but also being able to attract the right partner, right? If you go about the world, you know your values, you know what you value for yourself, you know what your mission is, you know what you value in people, you know what you value in women. Just as you go about life, you just express that. And then I'm pretty sure that you can attract people in your life that way, right? For me right now, it's difficult because I'm doing a lot of like cold call and like remote sales and things like that. But I think it's something actually interesting that you can do. So hopefully this made sense, or maybe it resonates with you. Well, let me know in the comments if you enjoyed this perspective, and I'll see you guys soon. Cheers. Have a great day.